This is a demo of the Safe and Sound protocol. It is March of 2026, and recently they've added some new genres of music to the app, so I thought I would show you around a little bit. This is what the app icon looks like through both the Google Play and the Apple Store. So you're going to click in to the app, you're going to log in if you haven't already, and then you'll see the different music options available. I'm actually going to scroll down and start with the originals, and then we'll go through the newer ones as well. So the very first one, the SSP original, is a combination of some oldies, songs from maybe the 90s, early 2000s. You're always going to be asked to do this volume test track before you start the SSP. I'm going to skip this part for the purpose of this demo. We are going to turn it up though so that it's easy for you guys to hear this.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles.
Okay, so that is the original. It asks you some thoughts after you listen each day. It's nice to answer that question when you're actually doing the program. The other oldie but goodie from their program is something called Wonder, and this is one that is more like Disney songs or songs for kids, but it has the same filtration as the other playlists, and I find that a lot of adults really enjoy this one as well.
Everything is great, everything is grand. I got the whole wide world in the palm of my hand. Everything is perfect, it's falling into place. I can't seem to wipe this smile.
Okay, so we've looked at the core and the Wonder. We're going to look at the classical options next. There are two classical playlists, Classical Calm and Classical Flow, and you'll see the difference between the two here. So pretty mellow classical music. Now we're going to go back to the second classical version here called Classical Flow. Okay, some of the newer playlists that they've added over the last couple of years are the Freely, the Groove, which has two versions, and the latest one, which is called Visions. So let's start with the Freely one. Now, obviously, this is not meant to be played on speakers, so the audio quality is going to be a little bit different once you have the headphones on. Now let's compare the two Groove playlists. So here's the Groove regular playlist. compare that to the other groove that is the instrumental version. So it sounds like the very same track that they had on the last groove, but I'm guessing as they get into vocals, obviously this one will not have that aspect. And lastly, let's go and look at the latest one, which is called Visions. I do want to point out that we are looking at all of these through the Connect program, which has no filtration. I didn't want any sort of filtration to be impacting the listening experience for this demonstrational type video. However, the Connect is sort of like the warm-up for the core, and so essentially this is a great way to look at the different genres of music, pick one, and then eventually go into the core and potentially the balance program as well after that with the same genre of music or mixing it up. The main thing is you want to keep the same playlist going for core for the entirety of the 5 hours and the same playlist for the entirety of the 5 hours of the balance to have that consistency and to make sure that you don't miss anything. I hope this demo was helpful.